Greetings again, adventurers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy. In the last episode, we emerged victorious from the Castle of Ordeals, the proof of our courage, a rat's tail, which we brought forth back to the Gaia Islands and presented it before Bahamut, King of Dragons, who bestowed us with the verification of our courage by granting us ascension in our character classes, and as a result, Theo, the fighter, became a knight, I, the red mage, became a red wizard, Adin, the white mage, became a white wizard, and Uzir became, the black mage became a black wizard. And as you can see, we've also gained a level following the previous episode. So now, being a knight, Theo now has access to the first 3 tiers of white magic, none of which is going to be beneficial to him. I suppose he could eventually learn Cure 2, but at this rate, it's pretty much superficial, the lower tier spells that Theo might learn in any case, because one, Adin already learns them from being a white mage, and second of all, Theo cannot learn many of the spells that Adin has anyway, so there's no real use to that. Although Theo will be able to wear even more heavier armor and wield far more devastating melee weapons in any event. But speaking of preparing ourselves, I went back and I got myself the life spell. So now both Adin and myself can actually resurrect characters, unless Adin and myself are the ones slain in battle, which means that we have to flee back to a clinic. But I've finally got my hands on Lightning 3, at long last it is mine, and I also decided to get Fire 3 as well, just in case. Now, as for Adin, I decided to gift him with the Exit spell, which is going to be hugely beneficial to our escaping a dungeon, although I could actually learn the Exit spell myself, now that I'm a fully fledged red wizard. I'd like to save both my spell charges for Lightning 3 right about now. And speaking of magic, Uzir is up. I also gave him Lightning 3 as well. And I also decided to go back and give him Warp, just to show you all what it does. The only reason I got it was to complement his grimoire of arcane spells and knowledge. But as for our equipment, we pretty much sold most of the weapons that we had, like the flame sword and the heal staff, because they don't really have anything in ability, but they do sell for an incredible amount of gil, which is very useful. And being a red wizard, I can now use the Zeus gauntlets, which I probably mentioned previously. Going to keep the ice armor and the shield for Theo, just in case he runs into any fire enemies, but I'll leave him equipped with the flame shield and armor for the time being, because they're pretty decent. Although at some point we will actually be getting far better weapons. And there's our, the rest of our miscellaneous equipment there. And our stats are, yeah, nothing to sneeze at. 95% hit percentage there. That is ridiculous. And I'm actually pretty well rounded myself. And I decided to leave Adin with the Silver Hammer for the time being, because he can actually still deal out the occasional decent damage. And the same with Uzir with his Silver Dagger, although he'll mostly be using his spells from this point on. But we are pretty much true warriors of light at this point. We could pretty much curb stomp all the way up to the Ice Cave, because of course the mages and the sorcerers could still pretty much instant kill us if they wanted to. But, well, with the airship now in our position, the world is truly our oyster. And there are a few cities we could actually visit here in the northern part of the world. I believe to the west is a place called Onrac, which we're wanting to go at some point. But to the northeast of the eastern continent, I believe is where a city called Gaia is located. So, actually going to be showing off both of those locations, but I think it's more prudent to venture forth into Gaia, since it's easily accessible. As long as I know where I'm going, and not flying off into space. No, we're going alright, we're just flying a little bit above it. And there is Gaia, nestled here among these mountains. I can't quite land there, but we can land here, which is good. That's good enough for us, and welcome to the lovely location of Gaia, as said by this townsperson here. Now there are the white and black magic stores, but we're not going to be venturing into them just for the moment. We want to see what everyone is doing here in Gaia. Have you been to the city south of here? I just cannot understand a word spoken there. I wonder what language. And he ponders off. Yeah, there is a city to the south of Gaia, but it seems we can't communicate with them. And I would like to speak with you. Unbelievable. You are outsiders, right? How did you get this far north? An airship. Oh, and there is a broom. I haven't seen one of you since Matoya's cave, and this might be some crazed language, but it's really spelled backwards. Do you have great power? Yes, we do. This is another indication as to the fact that the brooms speak backwards, although we already figured out that riddle. What's that broom up to? It's talking backwards. Yeah. Although I'm surprised if you couldn't already figure that out, it would take you this long to actually figure that out, which is quite a long time since then. Fairy at the Spring was kidnapped. Well, that's not good. It didn't say that the castle in the west is a place to test courage. Well, you're looking at 4 graduates of that castle, I dare say. And we'll speak to some more townsfolk. I saw a shining object flying towards the east. Was that our airship? Might have been. I'm not sure though. But there's the item store here. We don't want to venture inside just yet. We want to talk to people. Let me see. Yes, there was a professor that studied Lefanish. Lefanish. I'm just going to call it Lefanish, because it's actually easier for me to say it that way. Lefane is the city with the obscure language. And we're going to need to find somebody who knows that language. Bicky? Is that you? I thought you were back in Provoker. What are you doing here? Hardy har, you were too late. I bottled the fairy and sold her to a caravan. So you're the one who pilfered the fairy of Gaia. And there's another ordinary well, and there's a clinic that we won't be going to for quite some time unless we need some help. And there appears to be a path over here. a very long, winding path at that, which I believe should lead us somewhere. This is fairly secluded, although not quite as secluded as to prevent a notorious pirate. There's a rather interesting spring there, and that way leads out of Gaia. We don't want to do that, although we could if we wanted to circle back via the map, but I'm not going to do that. I'm instead going to venture on foot, because we need the exercise. And look at Theo's new well, he's still wearing the same flame armor, but look at his spiffy appearance. And as usual, townsfolk block our way. Now, does this town sell, No, they do not. They do not sell softs, but we won't be needing them for the time being, as of yet. I believe we've spoken to you. Yes, you were the one who told us about the shining object. Let's look at the weapon stores first. You only sell a cat claw, which is only useful for a ninja, or maybe a master if we had a monk at this point, but we don't. We don't have either. Ooh, but you have something. You have gold bracelets, which are worth 50,000 gil each, and you also have crow rings, which are, well, they're going to be fairly useful in any instance. Yes, indeed, considering the fact that crow rings are pretty much the best bracelets or gauntlets that we're going to get in the entire game. Now, believe it or not, actually, speaking of gauntlets, we should, might as well sell the silver gauntlets, because in actuality, yeah, because I actually have no need of, well, the ability to cast lightning too, without spell charges would actually, do I want to sell them for now, or do I actually want to, have that ability? I think I'll, keep, Theo and, my own equipment, the same for now. Apologies for that, but, actually going back, again, yeah, Adam and Uzir will be able to equip the pro rings, which, well, 40,000 gil for the two of them. We're going to be getting quite a bit of gil later on, so we'll leave that for now. But going into the magic stores, we have the level 7 and not the other number, which is it's not 745,000 gil, it's level 7 at 45,000 gil. Otherwise, I could not afford either of these. Cure 4 and Harm 4. Now, Cure 4 is a spell that only Adden can learn, and it pretty much is the most powerful cure spell in the entire game, which fully restores, well, the user's fully restores any amount of HP, which is going to be hugely beneficial. And the fact that you have 2 spell charges on it actually makes it fairly useful in this instance. Now as for the black magic spell, oh, there you are. There you are, Ice 3. I've been looking everywhere for you. Oh man, most powerful ice spell in the game. I want it. There is also Break, which is, well, supposedly it's causes people to shatter into tiny little pieces, according to the label. Oh man, tough choices. You know what? I'm going to get Cure 4 for Adden. Might as well put to good use. Now, I know Yazir has two spell slots, and I won't be able to learn it for a while. Boo! 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 I will be back for you. Fine. Yazir can learn it. Why not? Yes, I know I'm down to 28,000 gil. I don't care. I'm really sad that I can't learn Ice 3 just yet. But Yazir can learn it, and that means he now has the full trifecta of high-tier elemental arcane magic. He has Fire 3, Lightning 3, and now he has Ice 3, of which he has 2 charges. We don't have enough for Harm 4, not Harm 3, the other spell in here. Harm 4, which is the most powerful harm spell in the entirety of Final Fantasy, which I'm also going to be getting for Adden to eventually finish off this collection. I think we spoke to you, didn't? No, we didn't. We did not go that way to speak to you. I completely missed this path from before, because I went up completely the other way. Oh, and lo and behold, there are 2 more magic stores. Only a fairy can draw oxyale from the spring. And no, oxyale is not an alcoholic beverage, no matter what, no matter how much H.C. Bailey would have you believe. It's supposed to be kind of like an amalgamation of oxygen and inhale and exhale. Basically, it will allow you to breathe underwater. But why would we need to breathe underwater? Well, we'll probably find out why eventually. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the level 8 tier spells of Final Fantasy. First and foremost is Fade, also known as the Holy Spell. We need this for Adden because it is going to be his most powerful spell in the world. This is the reason why I made Adden a white mage to begin with, for the sole purpose of being able to use Fade in my Let's Play adventure of Final Fantasy. There is also Wall, which can cast special protection on any of our party members, which is going to be inherently useful. And there is also Exfer, which pretty much nullifies any sort of special protection on enemies. Unfortunately, all of these are 60,000 gil apiece, and that is going to take some time to accrue. Next, of course, we have the Black Magic Store. We have Stop, which freezes all enemies, stopping them for a time, which might actually be kind of useful. We also have Zap, which is supposed to be able to destroy enemies, but it doesn't always work. And finally, last but by no means least, we have this particular spell, Quadruple X, otherwise known as Quad Damage. This is the attack that the Eye from the Ice Cavern has, and it is more powerful than Rub. Yeah, it is pretty devastating. It will pretty much kill anything in one hit. It is instant death, bar none. Unfortunately, we don't have the means to purchase any such spells at this point in time. Though I do not regret the choices I have made to begin with. Is there anything else around? Any other paths around here? No, but I've spoken to you. You introduced me to the town. Everyone thinks the tower in Yanikum Desert is a mirage, I think. Yanikum. That's actually quite difficult to say. But if you were paying attention, adventurers, when we were flying around the desert, we actually did find a tower of sort. But there is no way in any way that I'm going to ever... Yanikum. There we go. I'll probably forget it eventually. And we can stay here for a whopping 500 gil. And I will do so once out of hospitality, just to be on the safe side. Although really at this point, we can just use the airship to fly back to the town of Cornelia and stay in the inn there for 30 gil. Back in the airship we go, and it's time to fly to the other town on the opposing continent, which I believe is Onrac, as I probably mentioned before. To the south of Gaia is the area where the desert is, and the Mirage Tower. We won't be entering there for some time. But, and we also won't be heading to the Fane for quite some time as well. We want to head to Onrac, the other city. Away we go, flying in our magnificent airship. An airship worthy of the Warriors of Light. And pausing momentarily just to make sure that we aren't getting completely sidetracked, and we are. We overshot there. Onrac, I believe, is well, there it is, but we'll be able to I don't think we won't be able to land here, and no, that sliver of isle is going to be too much for us to deal with, and we can't land on that one. Basically, we cannot land on this side. We pretty much have to land all the way here and sail up to it, but we can do that because we have a trusty canoe. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. And we have a couple of new enemies, alligators, and two familiar enemies known as hydras. We're going to test our mettle on the alligators, while Adan and Jazir can pretty much stand up to the hydras. They're pretty much, yeah, as I thought. Oh, but those hydras can actually dish out some considerable damage against me, and Jazir as well. Oh my word. Oh my word. That is brutality at its finest. We should deal with them. And it is time for me to unleash the full power of Cure on Jazir. And it is time for, you know what? It's time for Lightning 3. Because why not? Thank you very much for that, Jazir. Oh, Adan, curing Jazir. Unlimited power at its finest. There we go. Quite a considerable amount of experience and gil there. And I won't keep singing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. And more hydras and gators, so I'll deal with them in just a moment. And that takes care of them. Marvelous. More experience and gil for the rest of it, for all of us. We actually want to go this way to Onrac. To the lovely town, which is quite different from Gaia. My legs are beautiful. It's so nice to have legs. I'm glad you feel that way. Underhill, the caravan master, had something strange. Yeah, that's because a pirate sold him a ferry in a bottle. We're going to have to get that ferry at some point. Have you found Oxale? No, apparently we haven't, but it appears to be in the spring in Gaia. Until 200 years ago, the mermaids lived in this shrine. Then in fire and smoke it sank. The mermaids... So something happened to the shrine. And I'm guessing that shrine is going to be the water shrine, which is obviously going to be our next dungeon destination. Which means that we are going to be searching out the water fiend at some point. Avast ye landlubbers, stay out of me way. You did hear about how we trounced Vicky the pirate and his motley crew. Cope says he saw a shining object fall. Well, that's strange. We heard someone in Gaia say they saw a shining object flying in the east. And more tombs. One of them has to say something interesting. But they probably don't. They probably all just are just tombstones, really, without any sort of unique engravings on them or anything. Which is kind of a pity. And there's nothing on the ground here. And that's all the tombs and the cemetery. This town used to be prosperous 200 years ago. So the water shrine was attacked by both the water fiend, most likely aided by the wind fiend. And before we go into those magic stores, we'll talk to some more people. You have legs. I'm kind of surprised that you're surprised about that. My father runs the caravan. He is having a closeout sale near the oasis in the western desert. That's quite helpful. We need to go see your father, the caravan master, because we need that ferry back. And there's a dragon. There is a dragon here. Well, well, I see you have been honored. I believe if we spoke to this dragon beforehand, we probably would have had a different response, being slightly unworthy. My brother Dr. Un has studied the Fanish, the language of the Sky Warriors. If he had the slab, he could teach it. Well, it was only a matter of time before Dr. Un was going to be important in this quest, and it looks like this is his moment to shine. Of course, we need the slab in order to learn the Fanish from him, so we can actually visit that town in the future. Fables say that when the shrine sank, many treasures were lost. Also, they tell of a cryptic stone plate. Yeah, we just heard about that from the man over there. And I believe that the inn here costs 500 gil. Oh no, 300 gil. But we won't be staying here because we've already slept in the Gaia inn. And now it is time to search out the remaining stores. It's you, daughter of the caravan master. Let's see what these magic stores have to offer. Oh ho ho! More level 7 spells. Anti-Rub, which is going to be a very useful spell, although pretty late in the game if you ask me. Yeah, because we've already dealt with the majority of the enemies who have Rub in the first place, like Astos and the infamous mages in the Ice Cavern. So, would have been nice to have had anti-Rub slightly earlier on, because there was really no way to defend against Rub until you get to this point. But, well, we're still going to get it at some point, because there are going to be more enemies with the Rub spell, and we're going to need to use it at some point. Saber and Blind. Saber increases your weapon damage and your special attack, or something like that. It's kind of not worth it. Blind for a level 7 spell, given the way that Final Fantasy is programmed, is completely worthless, because the Dark status element does absolutely nothing, so we're not going to be using that. But I think there might be, well, I'm pretty sure there are other lower stores here. And you sell soft potions. Marvelous, marvelous. I'm probably going to hoard up on a few, yeah, I'm going to be a hoarder and hoard up on some more soft potions, so one moment, adventurers. And now we have 40 soft potions. I think that will actually be plenty for us at this point. Now, there doesn't appear to be any more stores in this instance, so, well, let us depart Onrac. And, well, we'll be back here soon enough. Don't you worry. And, I believe I will see you back at the airship in just a few moments, so, be patient, adventurers. And now we're back in the airship. Hooray. More jaunty, airship exploitations. Or explorations, I should say, not exploitations. Now, we heard from the daughter of the caravan master that he has set up shop in the desert, somewhere over... I think? Yeah. No, that's the wrong desert, DM. That is the, Mirage Tower. We don't want to go over there. He's somewhere in this desert. Somewhere? Actually, we're just here. That's, slightly embarrassing, but, ooh. Well, we fought against tigers before, but now we are fighting against saber-toothed tigers, and, well, these are even more sharper saber-toothed tigers than the, classic ones, so, well, might as well show off Ice 3. Just to show you how powerful it is, even though Theo pretty much crippled that saber-toothed tiger there. That was Ice 3, all its frozen glory. But, ooh. Need some of that, actually. I can cure myself. Why not? I have the magic. Actually, Theo there, but okay. The desert is just ahead of us, but there's a certain part of it we actually need to venture into. More Cerberus and a wizard ogre. Ooh. This could be bad, but then again we're pretty much going to abuse our spells here, so and there's the ruse, which makes it hard for him to hit. The Cerberus, however, not that difficult. It's only really the wizard ogre that is going to be the most annoying to deal with. Dodge that one. And the wizard ogre is definitely no match for Theo's mighty prowess. And we'll just take care of the Cerberus because, well, we don't need to worry about them in the slightest. Ouch. That burns. Well, not quite. And we have managed to emerge victorious, and that is a lot of gil and experience there. We walked into an oasis, and it appears we have found the caravan master, it seems. How much do we need to buy the bottle from you, good sir? Oh, okay. 50,000, no less. That's, yeah. Are you holding a thermal detonator, my good man? I bet you are. I'm sure you can buy anything in the desert. But, we need that, yeah, we really need to, get some more, gil there if we're to, buy the bottle, which well, I hope he doesn't swindle us and, not have the ferry inside. I'm pretty sure he's willing to sell the ferry for, that amount of money anyway, so I think I shall leave the episode here for the time being, adventurers, and when we return, hopefully I shall have accrued enough funds to be able to purchase the ferry in question, and perhaps more besides. As always, dear adventurers, until next we meet.